An unexpected encounter, a story of vulnerability, trust, and awakening. My name is Emily, a 44-year-old woman reflecting on a day that had drained every ounce of energy from me. After hours at the office, I found myself standing before the bathroom mirror, slowly peeling away the layers of my professional armor. First the skirt, then each button of my blouse, until only lace stockings and my bra remained, and for the first time in a long while, I truly saw myself. There was something almost electric about that quiet moment. A spark rekindled within me. I had devoted so much time to my work and fitness, yet somewhere along the way, I had forgotten how to feel alive in my own skin. The delicate brush of lace against my body, the soft lighting, the solitude, it all wrapped around me like a balm. So lost in my reverie, I barely noticed the faint creak of the main door opening, nor the brisk footsteps down the hall. Before I could gather myself, the bathroom door swung open, and there stood Daniel. We froze, both caught in an awkward, unfiltered instant. Shock widened his eyes, hesitation gripped him. He mumbled an apology, fumbling for the door, but before he could escape, a quiet courage stirred inside me. "Wait," I called out softly. There was no room for shame, only an unexpected boldness, a raw openness that made me feel strangely free. I reached out, touched his arm, stopping him. I assured him he didn't need to leave. In that charged air, something silent yet powerful passed between us. His gaze, brimming with wonder, mirrored emotions I hadn't dared acknowledge even to myself. The pull was undeniable. I confessed with a playful smile that I'd noticed his curiosity long before this night. He stood there, almost reverent, as though wrestling with disbelief. Yet instead of retreating, he stayed, and so did I. Slowly, instinctively, we closed the distance. His hands found mine, tentative at first, then more sure. A soft, grounding caress along my waist, a gentle tangle of fingers in my hair. It was as though we were both navigating uncharted waters, finding rhythm without words. The mirror reflected not just our bodies, but the unguarded tenderness between us. Each touch, each glance wove a tapestry of trust and wonder. It wasn't about urgency, it was about savoring, discovering. Eventually, hand in hand, we slipped from the small bathroom into the serenity of my bedroom. There, under dim light, everything felt easier, lighter. Daniel followed with a quiet eagerness, his gaze filled with earnest curiosity. I knelt beside him at the bed, tracing the lines of his shoulders and jaw, marveling at the way he responded with equal care. There was no rush, no script, just a slow, natural unfolding of something real. When his hands brushed over my lace stockings, I felt a thrill so delicate yet profound it took my breath away. The air between us thickened with unspoken emotion, a dance of vulnerability and acceptance. And then, just as the world seemed to fade away into nothing but touch and breath, the doorbell rang. The sound sliced through the stillness. A bolt of awareness struck me. My husband, Ethan, was home early. We shared a fleeting look, a silent truce wrapped in amused disbelief. Hastily, we straightened ourselves, smoothing clothes, raking fingers through hair, a quiet laugh barely suppressed. By the time Ethan stepped into the kitchen, we were gathered casually around the dinner table, recounting our day as though nothing had happened. Stories and laughter filled the room. But beneath the surface, Daniel and I carried a secret warmth that pulsed like a hidden ember. Later that night, as I relaxed alone in my room, a soft knock broke the silence. It was Daniel. He stood at the door, that same blend of curiosity and anticipation lighting his features. Entering quietly, he confessed in a whisper, "I haven't been able to stop thinking about yesterday." Without hesitation, I invited him closer. He slipped behind me, his chest pressing warmly against my back, his arms circling around me in a way that made the rest of the world dissolve. His touch was gentle but assured, as though he knew exactly what I needed, without me needing to ask. As he held me, I surrendered, to the moment, to him, to the feeling of being truly seen. His breath against my ear, the slow tracing of his hands down my sides, it was all so intimate, so deeply grounding. And then, in a subtle shift, the energy changed, a growing urgency, a bolder pace, matching the rapid beat of my heart. The world outside ceased to matter. In his arms, with every deepening breath, I found not just excitement but a profound sense of belonging. We moved together, a wordless conversation written in touches and sighs. His forehead pressed lightly against my hair, his arms tightening around me as if anchoring me to this singular, precious moment. And when at last the peak passed, we clung to the aftermath, the comforting silence, the shared warmth, the breathless, grateful smiles. I slipped away to freshen up, glimpsing myself in the mirror once again. This time, the reflection staring back wasn't just a woman shedding exhaustion, it was a woman alive with something fierce and beautiful. Downstairs, the familiar sounds of dinner being prepared filled the home. Daniel helped tidy up, blending seamlessly into the rhythms of the evening. When Ethan arrived, greeting Daniel with a warm pat on the shoulder and kissing me gently on the cheek. Everything seemed perfectly ordinary on the surface. But beneath it all, Daniel and I shared a glance, a silent acknowledgement of the hidden bond that tied us together now. Invisible but undeniable. And as we laughed and talked over supper, I tucked that secret away, like a rare and precious jewel resting quietly at my heart.